What's going on, y'all, and welcome on in. Today we're going to go over the patch notes, the patch preview. There was actually no live stream with Mashu, but the patch itself is pretty small. We got a new specialty change to cover, and then we'll go over some few things. I think there's a few tiny extra banners and whatnot in there, which we will all cover. Before we start the video, though, guys, the password is SC Arowell, so go ahead and claim that. Get your free leafs and gold. We'll cover what else in the 1-minute summary is there besides specialty change Arowell. And yeah, short video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get to it. Alrighty, y'all, let's go pull up the let's go over the patch preview, the 1-minute summary first. Like I said, there was no Mashu stream, so we'll just go over this real quick, see what it's all about. Let me adjust the volume here. So we got, of course, guys, SC Arowell. Arowell? Let me know how y'all say it. I believe GM says the new English commentator. He's not new anymore, but he says Arowell, I think. I've always said Arowell, but either one is good. Side story run for Blood and Roses. That's the haste collab. What is that? The SI6? Something like that. World Arena schedule ending. Obviously, guys, hopefully y'all locked in your master skins for a Ravi or higher champ, Emperor, Legend players. Let me know, guys, if any of my YouTube viewers are on the grind. Let me know what rank y'all are locking in, and then Guild Wars schedule. Beyond that, though, I don't think there's much. So here's the... We're going to go over all this itself, guys, but oh my god, I think she looks really good. Her actual base sprite, boys, I'll put up a picture, hopefully, I think does not look good. Doesn't do her justice at all. But, man, they knocked it out of the park with the looks, at least. We'll go over her actual kit here in a sec. So let's skip through that because I don't want to spoil. We'll do first impressions. So side story rerun, Blood and Roses. I can't remember how good this one is. I think it's an older one. But it's going to have all the good stuff in it. Gold, Mola. You know the normal drill. Here's the Ravi skin coming soon, guys. I can't wait to get this. Like I said, hopefully y'all locked in the Masters rank. Remember, you have 2 days as of watching this video, so hustle. Hopefully you already have started. Make sure you check your decay timers. Remember, guys, in gold, you have a 3-day, or no, I believe it's 7-day timer. And then if y'all do hit Masters, there's a 3-day timer. So just make sure you have some games played. If you played a game now and you're locked in Masters, I think you should be good. Just double check and don't miss out on the skin because then you have to wait a very long time in the shop. But let's keep moving along here. So Global Band Heroes, guys, finally. This was added a little late, like over 24 hours late, but that's okay. And Astromancer Elena, who we will cover, boys, this Thursday. I think I'm going to pull for her Wednesday evening if there's no maintenance Thursday. Yeah, but we'll see how she does. We can't play an RTA yet, but... let's see if she is the bane of Banshee counter players. But moving right along, Guild Wars Triumph season begins. That's right. Finally, we can get some full Mystics soon, hopefully. And then we have the drop rate up, boys, for Lua. Still continuing on for the second week, right? So if you're getting it, remember, you still have your selector from the eventual Hua Young recall. If you guys end up saving bookmarks instead, the things I'm predicting in the future is going to be Zio or Arunka. One of those two is probably going to be limited if I was going to make a wild guess. And then don't forget, we have the Slime Rerun, which should be coming, the Collab Slime Rerun, and maybe they're going to add a new hero. Benimaru or Xion would be my hopeful wishes. But yeah, moving right along. Zahhak, I think right now, guys, try to skip most of these other ones unless it's your absolute all-time favorite hero. When you have these regular banners with the potential limited and then the collab coming in, there's always something around the corner. So unless you really like these regular banner units, try to skip them if you are free to play. If you're wailing out there, guys, you don't need my advice on anything. Just get whatever you want. But for the rest of y'all that do need to save bookmarks, try not to pull these unless they're your absolute favorite unit. So Melissa, Zahhak, Celine might be one, boys, if you play a lot of PvP. Especially her artifact is needed as well for some kind of setups. She might be one you might want to consider a little bit more. Zahhak is good too. Melissa can be good in Cleave. All these units can be good, guys. It's just, since they're not limited, they will have reruns all the time. You can pick them up randomly, right? But overall, yeah, Elena's coming. We'll cover her later. And that's it, guys. Very, very light patch. So, yeah, let's go ahead and cover. Let's get into the juicy part. Specialty change Arowell. Okay, let's go ahead and pull up the other video I have set up right here. And they actually start including multiple matches for the showcase, which I really like. Gives you an idea of what they're maybe going for. You don't always want to follow it out of the box, guys. You want to make your own game plan because there's so many different play styles, so many ways of gearing, so many ways of playing, especially in real-time arena or Guild Wars. So always choose your own path. But I do like to see what maybe the developers were kind of intending or they want to show off in their build. Well, let's watch. SC Arowell, boys. Unbound Night. So I mentioned at the start, guys, I think the looks are so cool. I love it. I think her base sprite was not great. I do understand that some people maybe like the fact that her older version was like a full armored knight, which I totally get. You know, sometimes you do want more of the classic knight look, especially for our female characters, because most of them do have, you know, sort of, you know, some skin showing. But, you know, me, I ain't complaining, guys. I definitely like her. Let me know if you guys like her looks. But let's continue on. I think they did such a good job overall. I'm not sure about the cat ears, but I mean, hey, it's
Arowell heads to the Order of the Shield.
It's okay. The hood is cool though. I think the hood is great.
Phenomena occurring in Weatherick Moor.
Okay, so there's Doris. Dang, look at that. Look at those concept art boys.
feels frustrated by your sense of helplessness, but in order
very nice. What do you call it? Splash art.
She regains her composure and saves everyone.
Damn,
from
the sword too. Look at that, guys.
Order of the Shield. Now,
very good job on the SC.
Doris that she'll return someday.
Running animation looks good. Armor looks great.
And is traveling the world.
Very, very Pillis-like, right? Compare Pillis to her specialty change. All right, here we go. So let's pause real quick. We have the specialty change skill. And by the way, guys, this is a 100% chance to stun after skill enhancements. I won't say Mola because SCs don't need Mola. But after skill enhancements, this is 100%. I did check before this. So she essentially now gets a Dispel all buffs, guys, which is really, really strong, combined with a 100% chance to stun. Just keep in mind, her base speed is like 90-something, 95, 98. So if you do want to set her up to stun for, like a specimen says, to stun for other units, keep in mind she's going to be very slow. You'll have to have some great speed subs on top of that. But in a longer match, I think it could just be great overall. So she does get a full Dispel, which is nice. You see, guys, he says Arowell. So Judgment of Light. There we go.
Skill 3, Judgment of
Okay, we don't need to read that full part. We got it. Let's see the animation here.
One turn.
Check it out.
Granting a barrier to all allies.
Damn, she just knocks Senya up, dude. Look how many buffs Senya has. 5 buffs. There you go. So obviously you can't remove the vigor buff from Silius, but stun and then full strip, which is really nice. I think that's actually very good. Okay, so first change is very, very strong. Here's the runes. So she gets double runes here with effect resist, which is going to be a grand total of what? She gets a free, this is 15 plus, what is this, guys, 20? So free 35 effect resist, which will be important, boys, because the way her mitigation works, she's not your typical Aureus Knight. If you guys missed the last patch, one of the previous, either the latest or the second to latest balance patch, she got buffed. She actually gets escort at the start of the match and at the start of every turn, I believe. Essentially, she has escort. Just keep in mind that escort can be stripped, so it might be important to have effect resist on her just in case, you know, you don't want your unit, you don't want your Arowell to get stripped, lose her escort buff, which is a 30% Aureus, 30% damage share, and then, you know, your opponent gets to just beat on your team that is unprotected, right? So be aware of that. It might be important to build effect resist, but health and effect resist is very strong, right? Just stack that onto the kit, onto her stats, I mean, and it's good.
Look at runes that are related to stats.
Okay, we can skip through that. Next up, guys, we have Glory Rune. At the start of the turn, when the caster does not have a debuff, has a 100% chance to increase effectiveness for 1 turn. Okay, that's pretty cool. Which I believe will give her 50% effectiveness, guys. Let me know if who has this buff. I know, like, Bellion has a chance to get this. Who else, guys? It's not quite like Mind's Eye. I believe it's just 50% effectiveness, but let me know. I'll double check it after I finish recording. Unity Rune after that increases attack of light elemental allies by 10%. So unfortunately, guys, she does fall into that archetype of certain heroes, especially specialty change or just 3 stars in general, 4 stars, have this kind of, you know, gimmick of buffing, you know, what is it, Kawana buffing fire, or what's SC Hazel. But I do think overall she will be strong even if you don't stack light units. I just don't really like to see this. But for areas outside of real-time Arena, Guild Wars, PvE, where we can choose what units we're going to bring and it never gets, you know, messed with, it's obviously going to be strong. I'm just not a big fan. I do kind of wish they made this not a thing. That way, you know, Arowell becomes more of a universal unit instead of stuck in a more of a pigeonholed role. But I do, like I said, I do think she'll be usable outside of just like full light teams. Yeah, I guess there's kind of a fine line between does Smilegate want to make her like a universal knight, like Roz or even Fallen Cecilia, or they want to keep her more of, you know, stack some certain units with her. But Unity and Guard, it looks like, boys. So Unity has attack up, so keep that in mind for all the damage units we can run her with. What is it? Specimen says Sylvian, Tempest Surin, Spirit Eye Celine. There's a bunch, right? Little Queen Charlotte. Guard rune at the start of the battle. Granted barrier proportional to, what is this? 15% of the caster's max health to light elemental ally. So this is what makes her like a light Fallen Cecilia. And this is kind of nice too, guys, because you will be able to hide buffs like immunity set behind the barrier, just like Fallen Cecilia does. And just in general, 15% barrier is nice to have, especially when fighting, you know, aggressive comps. So pretty good overall. I just wish it didn't have that light element, but I get why Smilegate's doing it both thematically and to make it so she's not just, you know, out power creeping other knights, I guess, as a 3-star. But let me know what y'all like. I definitely would just, obviously, right, most of us that want to use her would rather just take this light scaling thing out. Okay, let's keep moving along, guys. So the Judgment of Light here, it's actually going to get a rune. So on top of getting the full dispel, dispelling all buffs, it actually can increase damage by 10%. Okay. Well, I guess let's watch the animation again, see the damage. So it did what, 2191?
By 1 turn.
I mean, nothing to write home about, right? But hold on, did I miss something there? Oh yeah, sorry guys. It also, on top of the damage, which is kind of oh wait, guys, what am I even saying here? There's no damage at all. I totally misread that. This is actually a decreased skill cooldown. I don't know why I thought damage. Sorry, boys. But 100% chance to decrease skill cooldowns by 1 turn when we use this. Okay. And it's when the target is stunned. So as long as they don't 15% us or, you know, have effect resist, will be 100% chance stun after skill enhancements. We get to reduce skill cooldowns by 1 turn. Okay, cool. So this Judgment of Light will reduce its skill cooldown every time it lands successfully by 1 turn, as we can see there. All right, so here's the shield thrust. And I believe, guys, this is 75% chance after skill enhancements to dispel two buffs each, which is very strong actually for a skill 1. The potential to strip and 2 separate checks is also very, very good, in my opinion. Damage scaling with max health, just nothing to write home about, but I guess sure, does a little bit more damage. When using shield thrust, has a 100% chance to recover the health of the caster by 5%. Okay, we like that. Maybe some people are going to build her on counter. I'm probably just going to build her on speed, though, when I check, guys, because like I said, her base speed is so low. I want to make sure she has enough speed so that maybe I can set up some stun combos. Maybe I'll do the Specimen Says gimmicks, but yeah, we'll see about that. Counter set could be cool, though, with just her life stealing and stripping everything. Speed rune, she'll get combat readiness 10% after using that. So yeah, it could be good on counter set or something. Maybe some of y'all will use Elber, since remember, we don't need Aureus. Without the need of Aureus, and she has Escort, the artifact slot is actually pretty open to whatever we kind of want to suit our needs.
When using shield.
All right, let's go ahead and look at the animation real quick. It should just be a basic swipe. Yeah, so she hits her with a sword and then she hits with her shield. Pretty cool. All right. There you go. A free one who proudly contemplates the world, guys. Let me know what y'all think. I'll give you guys my overall take while we watch the let's just talk about her while we see the showcase here. And I'm actually going to mute it so I can think, and we'll just have some background music. So, guys, overall, I think SE Arowell, with the fact that she want to bring light units with her, I don't think she's going to be like a Meta Knight. She's not going to be overtaking Roz or even Fallen Cecilia. She'll probably be in line with maybe like Pillis, but I think even Specialty Change Pillis could potentially be a little bit more universal against counter units or whatever you're going to bring Pillis against. The fact that she gets some of her bonuses with only light units means she's going to be a little bit difficult to run for real-time arena. Remember, this is mostly for RTA talk. And on top of that, the fact that her escort can be dispelled, if you don't build her with effect resist or enough effect resist, you could come into some complications where other knights just have their Aureus or their built-in mitigation. Look at Eaton. Anyone else, they don't need to necessarily have that buff present. So that is one other weakness for her. If you pick her too early and your opponent runs like AOL or some other strong strip unit, you don't have enough effect resist, you could potentially just lose all your damage mitigation. If she's slapped with unbuffable, she can't reapply her escort, etc. So you want to maybe either build her high ER or bring in a cleanser, immunity up unit, hand guy, DJ Bazaar, whatever. Destina could be nice, but I do think she has some interesting play, and I think the players that want to run units like Sylvian, Little Queen Charlotte, Tempest Soren, Spirit Eye Celine, I think those are going to be even stronger. Just be careful, boys. Remember, in RTA, the game plan is so, in the draft phase, it's always such a fluid, ever-changing sort of role. It's like a dance. Sorry, as cringy as it sounds, a dance between you and your opponent. You can't always guarantee what you bring, and they can definitely, you know, just remove combo pieces that you want to have intact. So I think for Arena, Guild Wars, and PvE, she's going to be pretty solid. And then for RTA, I think it's going to take a little bit more finesse to use her. But she definitely has potential. We'll see. I definitely plan to run her. I think she looks great. And I want to run some cool comps with her. And I love the idea of her just getting like a high leg lance plus Aureus, a better Aureus with her escort on her S2 newly buffed passive. and then now 100% chance to stun, full dispels, 2 strips on the S1 that can self-heal and give combat readiness. I think overall her kit's great. We'll see how it pans out. I'm excited. I think they did a pretty good job overall. Definitely not like something super busted, but definitely has potential and just looks wise amazing. So let me know, guys, your thoughts overall, what you're planning for her. And yeah, short video. I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Peace out, guys.